And we're actually fortunate enough to be joined by RAMSI Special Coordinator Quinten Devlin today. Now, for those of you who don't know, Quinten took over from Justine Braithwaite back in December 2015 as the head of operations here for RAMSI. Before coming to Solomons, he has served as the Deputy Head of Mission at the Australian Embassy in Brasilia, that's the capital of Brazil, and in the Philippines and in Bougainville. Good afternoon, Quinten.
Hi, Andrew. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Now, I was looking at the RAMSI webpage prior to you coming today, and I noticed that you have a downloadable tutorial on how to speak Pidgin. I mean, over the last 18 months, you managed to brush up on your linguistic skills?
Yeah, me savvy talk Pidgin a little bit, so I'm alright. But by me talk English because me got one fella confession. Me Pidgin blow me here no good, so.
This sounds fine. It sounds fine. I'm still brushing up as well. I think we all are. Okay. So you've So RAMSI, they will be leaving at the end of this month after 14 years in the country, and the leaving ceremonies will commence on the 25th until the 29th of June. What can we expect from those?
Well, the Solomon Islands government is putting on a week-long celebration to farewell RAMSI and to thank RAMSI, but equally it's going to be an opportunity for us to say thank you and goodbye to the people of the Solomon Islands. There's going to be a whole range of activities running, beginning with Thanksgiving services across churches, including here in Honiara at Maranatha Hall, but also a whole range of concerts and welcome ceremonies, and we'll also have leaders from the 15 RAMSI contributing nations, so the prime ministers and presidents from the region who are coming.
It's going to be a big event at the end of this month.
It sure is.
Yeah, I've read about the panpipe displays they're going to have, and that's going to be at the town ground, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Okay. Well, that's something to look forward to on your final few days here in the Solomons. Right. So you're, when you actually go back, you're actually assured and confident in that you're leaving the country in the capable hands of the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force. I mean, the peace is there is peace at the moment, but the scars are still fresh. Right. I saw that the Penny Williams, the Deputy Secretary of the Foreign Affairs and Trade in Australia, she was talking about the two countries having some sort of liberty to treaty.
Yeah, look, I am very confident, and RAMSI is very confident, and the Solomon Islands government and the 15 countries that make up RAMSI are very confident that the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force are ready to resume full responsibility for policing and national security.
So everything's in capable hands.
Well, after 14 years of RAMSI's training, you would hope they are, and I believe they are, and I know they are, ready for the task.
Okay, could you just refresh the mind of the public quickly of what the state of the country was in 2003 as in comparison to today?
Sure.
What you're leaving it in?
Well, I think, back in 2003 when RAMSI arrived, it was following 5 really dark years of the tension periods, and we had a country that was lawless. There's lots of lawlessness, and also the country was was declining in terms of it's heading towards economic collapse and in terms of state failure. Now that's really horrible, and I'm sure many people and many of your listeners, and certainly their parents and others, will remember those very dark days and the trauma and the tragedy and the lawlessness that was occurring back there. So over the last 14 years, RAMSI has worked very closely with the government. It's always in partnership with the government of the day to build stronger democratic processes, stronger governments, and things like stronger court systems, prisons and police forces.
Okay, yeah. And then how have you actually found collaborating with the government and the communities and the actual people of the Solomons? How have you found that?
It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Working with, there are a lot of dedicated and hard-working Solomon Islands government officials throughout all the parts of the ministry and government who are doing a really great job and working very, very hard to rebuild and reconstruct and resurrect their country. But that's also very true in the communities. There are great church leaders and community leaders and youth leaders out there that are all committed to actually creating a better future, and it's been great pleasure and privilege and honour to work with them.
Oh, okay, good. Are there any actual particular moments for you that stand out personally that you've enjoyed, or places you've been in the islands that you'll always remember?
There's actually a large number of things that I will always remember and always be close to my heart. Some of them have included, for example, the National Healing Week, where some of the ex-combatant groups came together and reconciled here in Honiara. Attending the Yam Festival in Small Malaita was a great thrill as well. And I'm also a diver, so I've actually had the opportunity to travel the country and do some diving in the Russells and over in Talagi and, of course, here on Guadalcanal. So it's been a great opportunity.
Oh, okay. So the last 3 weeks for you, what's on the actual agenda for that?
The actual agenda is just making sure that we've got everything in place in terms of making sure that the police are in the best possible position to take full responsibility and full control when we leave, and then preparing for our departure. And again, saying for us to say goodbye and thank you. And that's going to be very, very important, because the people of the Solomon Islands have shown us great hospitality, great friendship, and great partnership. And this has been in small and big ways, and we're really keen to say thank you and goodbye properly.
Okay. Yeah, are there any final words you wish to add to that, to share with the people this time?
Look, I think the end of RAMSI is actually is the closing of a chapter.
Yeah,
it's the drawing of the line under the tensions, and it's now a vote of confidence. The Pacific region, the countries that make up RAMSI, we are now confident the Solomon Islands is ready to write its own future. And I think I'm very optimistic and have great hope for the future of this country.
Oh, good. I believe we all do, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of the people of the Solomons, I would like to personally thank you and all RAMSI personnel that have contributed to restoring peace in this country, and I only hope the future and the people of this country are no longer in need of an intervention. Thanks for the work you have accomplished over the past 14 years. Thank you very much, Quinten. It's been a pleasure and an honour to have you join us today.
Thank you, Andrew. It's a great pleasure, and good luck and best wishes to your good listeners.
Okay, thank you, Quinten.